He's a Nigerian who has been able to set up one of the most watched TV channels in all of England. He's the CEO of award-winning Ben TV. You're the founder and the CEO of Ben TV. Tell me about that.
Well, thank you very much. Indeed, I'm the founder of Ben Television, the first black-oriented television in the United Kingdom and Europe, representing African interests, Nigerian brand, and black issues to do with where we're based in the United Kingdom. And the TV station has been going for about more than 8 years now.
More than 8 years?
Yeah.
Wow. So how has it been, for a Nigerian doing business in the UK?
Well, really, I wouldn't think it's only for a Nigerian, but being black as well is a major issue. Really? Setting up a business in the United Kingdom without any concrete security in terms of getting loan and awareness for what you want to achieve is very, very hard. And in the content of the product that we're trying to provide, which is black content, is something that technically has never been heard of. To have a black TV station representing Africa and more so Nigerian, being a Nigerian person. So it's not something that one can say is easy sailing. We're still working on it, trying to still make sure that the business sustains and we can capitalize on the achievement that we have so far.
Wow, so it's not been easy breaking new ground, because that's what you were doing in the UK.
You'll be right that it's not easy breaking ground, and bear in mind, I have the tag of being a Nigerian, Nigeria with the perceived notion by being black as well. Perceived notion of the word Nigeria. It's not that easy to say now we want to set up a black TV station or a Nigerian kind of a TV station. What is the reason behind it? I get the reason behind it is to begin to change the perception about what people think about the word Nigeria to something more positive, more enhancing, more empowering to the black people. Nigeria being the largest black nation in the world. So with all the challenges and the odd, we were grateful to God to be able to have launched, been the first fully diverse black TV station in UK and in Europe.
And a young person hearing you now, or anybody hearing you, would wonder, because it sounds amazing. Most people think the challenges are only in Nigeria. So most young people that want to start their business will tell you, oh, Nigeria has so many challenges. But here you are doing business in the UK, and you're talking about challenges.
Well, I think challenges are everywhere, really. Be it in Nigeria, be it in the United Kingdom, or even the United States, it's the same notion. If you want to set up a business, I guess you have to come up with a business idea and the business plan. The business plan is not a necessity of saying this is how the business is going to look like, but at least it's a detailed information on what you expect your business to look and present to the people who want to support you if you don't have the financial capacity. So yes, the challenges are here because not many people have security, and I'm not too aware if the government provide that kind of security to SMEs or startup business. And of course, only recently that we heard that there is going to be a portfolio to support small to medium scale enterprise and entrepreneur. But looking into the Nigerian context, we do have quite a lot of diverse, talented people. And I admire my Nigerian people and I admire my country in the sense that if one is looking for opportunity, there's no doubt Nigeria has opportunity, a lot of opportunity. What we need is probably mentoring those young talent, mentoring even the average age talent that want to showcase what they can do. And we do have them quite a lot in millions.
Talking about mentoring, what skills did you employ to see to it that you got to where you are now,
Well, I don't know if I have to say, I didn't go to university to learn what I'm doing. That is the truth. And I stand by that, and I really, really want to encourage millions of my Nigerian people that you do not honestly need to go to university. It depends on what people mean by now going to university when we have millions of people who are graduate and they don't have a job. And I stand here and as I sit here, I work with people who are much more better than me academically. But in terms of knowledge and skill and business, I'm far ahead of them. And in terms of bearing in mind that I employ them. And it meant that they're working with me based on the notion of what I set out for my business. It's not that I didn't go to school, I went to school, but in terms of talking about, or maybe I went to Harvard, or all these people who will come in front of you and say, well, I'm a doctor, I'm this and that. glory be to God. But if they have nurtured what they have read and they make my country much more better, then I give them kudos. But if they, based on what they study and they're not doing anything for my country, then I don't want them around. So I'd rather go for the young talent that are out there who can do something. And you have them quite a lot. People on the street who can sell things around water, people who sell water. I really admire these people because it takes guts for somebody to stand in the sun for hours and hours. And I wonder how much profit do they make at the end of the day. So,
and really, that means what we should be looking at in Nigeria is to probably have a paradigm shift from our present academic educational system, the way it's being run, and teach young people more of financial intelligence and being street smart and all of that. Where did you get your street smartness from, if there's a word like that?
I think one has to, you have to look at the passion of what you have. I think in my situation, probably is the passion that is driving me on, the passion that I have to represent Nigeria. And I say it loud and clear as well. If there are any other Nigerian out there that is as passionate as myself, please do come forward and tell me what you've been doing for Nigeria. I'm doing what I'm doing for Nigeria by God's grace and by the support of people who believe that Nigeria indeed needs to be rebranded. Nigeria indeed needs to be re-engineered. And right now, the president is talking about transformation. Transformation can be backward, transformation can be forward, but I believe in this context that he wants Nigeria to move forward. And so surely enough, as much as we have read about negative issues about our country, and I believe most of the people that we're talking about have corrupted the system, and people who have been to the best universities, has been to best management courses in the world, and at the end of the day, they haven't solved the problem. So the president and the presidency and the people out there need to really go back to the grassroots and say, well, we do have this talent of people. I look at people with numbers, and I wonder, if you give them the opportunity, really they can turn things around. We have the best graphic designers around. We have people who create softwares and applications. If the government can really just nurture these people, Nigeria will be much more better within a year. Well, I'm not talking about 20 years. Nigeria can reach the 2020 vision that you want to reach within years, only if you allow the people who have the talent. Well, I'm not talking about technocrat who just have the title by being technocrat, but people who are really skilled and experienced. And we do have them as well from the diaspora.
And you know, that's why we're talking to people like you today, hands-on people, because what I'm hearing you saying is the government needs to take a look at the informal sector of the economy and not just, let's leave the lawyers, let's leave the doctors, we're doing well in that area. Let's look at the informal sector. That's what I'm hearing you saying.
Sure. I mean, the vocational system need to come back. We used to have technical colleges in years to gone. Now I'm not sure if those colleges are still there. I think it's much more easier to train people who can then become good carpenters, good painters by skills, it could be 6 weeks course. They do it abroad. And I believe that we do have the people that can benefit from this. By doing so, immediately you're creating employment. Because even for people that you know that the tailor, the painters that you're calling to your house are kind of having a certificate to show that this is what we have done. And they can charge you well. And so hopefully with the system as well of the central bank talking about people should not be holding cash, it will actually help talents to be nurtured. But it has to go back to the mentors as well. Who are the mentors of the people on the street? Who are the mentors that we have? You look at the mentors and everybody's thinking of becoming a politician because those are the people that you think has got everything. So we need to go back and find our mentors, yesterday's sport icon, yesterday's artists. Let's celebrate them.